Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is you are. If you're in America, it's probably far too late in the night or early in the morning. If you're in England, you're probably not at work because it's Friday, 12 noon. Hello. Oh, that was Discord telling me, we're live on Twitch. Yes, I know. Thank you. That's why we're here. But this is Paul from Banana Ranch.
Hello, everyone.
And today we're doing what I've called the series finale, which is listening through all the tracks. I have a bunch of mix notes, which I'll pull up here, from Ricky, who can't be with us because he is in another country. He's still in Northern Ireland, isn't he?
He is,
Yeah, last I heard, yeah. So we've got this from him, which we have to interpret. There's little bits like, there's one that I noticed which just said, where was it? There was one. Slap back delay on vocals. Does that mean you want more, or does that mean you don't want it?
We do.
You do, right. But yeah, we'll find out. We'll clear it all up when we get there. So, yeah, we're running the mixes through, and it's a good opportunity to turn off this limiter that I've got on everything, because that's what I tend to do when I send a mix to someone like Paul. It makes the volume comparative to anything else you're listening to. You get a good idea of what it is. When we come to the final mix stage, we get rid of that. And then when we go to the mastering later on, then we kill it. But at that point, when we've got 10, 11, 12 songs, lots of songs, 12 songs, when we've got 12 songs, we play them all back to back. If they don't quite match at that point, we make the final small little changes. Then we crush it to death. So to speak. So this is Searchlight, and this is this the album opener?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. So the feedback we had was turn up the bass, and the sound of the track's perfect for how we want the album to sound, which is great. Except I've made some changes.
Okay.
I was playing it back on this system, and it was really kind of thin and scratchy sounding overall. Balance of the mix was good, but maybe it was me getting used to those VSX headphones at the time, or maybe I'd changed something, I don't know. So overall, I'll turn off a couple of things here, and you'll hear, I'll play the chorus, not the whole song, just to give you an idea. That wasn't there. And the bass, what have I done on the bass? I'll just leave that. I've changed a couple of things, nothing major, but this is how it was. Sounds pretty good, but from knowing the system, I can tell you that's quite mid-peaky and quite focused. I mean, if you felt like there wasn't much low end in that, that's because there isn't.
Yeah.
This system's supposed to be like, there's a sub under there. Like, if it was going, you'd know. So, I did a few things. First thing I noticed, and this was subtle, but the vocals were being lost a bit under the guitars. The guitars were a little bit peaky. So the first thing I did is I used Soothe, which takes out some of these peaky things. If I just solo the guitar and then show you the difference. All those bits, the higher up kind of things, they're still in there. But now we're not going, and I've got this thing, track spacer, which when the vocals are going, that just dips the mids out as the vocals are going.
Okay.
You don't hear it, but suddenly, magically, the vocal's just there. This plugin of all the ones that I use is probably the most magic. That and the vocals without track spacer. Especially that bit, when it all kicks in here. Without track spacer, it feels like the mid's just going like, wow! And with it, just makes space for itself. What else did I do? The bass, we wanted more bass. But I also found that octave bass that comes in under the chorus, I think I'd compressed that a bit too hard. Because what I was finding was I didn't really notice it in the chorus. And then at the end of the chorus, when it all drops out, suddenly the sub was going mental. So there was a compressor on it, so I've just backed that off. So now... But it's there all the time when I want it. Also on the main bass, it was on a different cabinet model, and I changed it to one of my favourites, the Brit Fridge, and it's got more low-end woomph, which means we're not missing it as much.
Yeah.
So we've got... Even before I've touched in EQ, suddenly the balance that we were looking for is there. And last but not least, seeing as though we're in Studio A, I've got some new toys, which if I press this button, you can see them. These are my new processors from Herc. So the ones on the right are tape hardware, which is awesome. And I'm using them very subtly. They've got a wet-dry blend on, so I'm not just killing it. And that's strapped across the master, but it's disabled right now. And that's going through the ones on the left, which are these color processors. And right now I've only got the top ones turned on, which are the sound of an SSL console. So yeah, without actually having to without having to buy an SSL console. Oh, it's also going through the EQs at the top here, which aren't in the shot, unfortunately. But those are my BBC preamps with the 9-band inductor EQs.
Ricky loves those.
Yes, so those are bumping the low end a bit and just taking a little bit of scratchiness out the top. And when I turn these on, I'm using the reinsert plugin here, which literally just is an insert where it goes, it's going out here, it's coming in here. I'm turning down the send vocal a little bit because send volume a bit because those BBC preamps automatically turn everything up by 7 dB, even at their lowest setting. So I've got to set this down minus 7 dB so we don't just distort everything. Because there's character and then there's just mush. We don't want mush. So then we've, at the end, it's a little quiet, so I've bumped the volume back up, but not by 7 dB, because all these analog saturation things do make it feel a bit louder. So just in the interest of fairness, it's not coming back in at +7 because it would sound louder and it would automatically sound better. And so, yeah, you know, you can't trust that. So I've done a bit of an on-off volume match. But yeah, have a listen to this and suddenly the fatness will come in. Yeah, so that's made a big difference. I do think listening to that now, I might have bumped that 250 hertz a little bit too much because it sounded a little bit woolly just in that bit. But the low end that I'm just bumping a little bit, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty much what we're looking for now.
Yeah, so I'm going to leave that on and hit play, and I'm just going to nip over to the hardware. Oh, cheers. And I think I'm just going to tweak that EQ a little, and you just give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. Lovely. So all I did there is I turned the 250 hertz little bump off, and there's a 125 hertz bump. I turned that up a bit more to compensate, so it's a bit lower bass bump and not a muffly. It's subtle, but we're going to run the whole mix through, so it makes a difference. Let's. I was trying earlier using there's some SSL compressors in there. But I was finding that I've already got... I don't actually have a compressor on here, but I was finding that there's no wet dry mix on those units that I have.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all or nothing, and it was a bit much.
Okay.
So we'll probably get to that. Oh, no, what I don't have on this project, because this is an old project, is I don't have the Shadow Hills Class A. And that's been on all the newer stuff, which has been sounding real nice. So I'm going to put that where I usually have it. And it's got a lot of controls and it's terrifying, but I'm only looking for a few. Most of this I'm just not using. Or at least, you know, they're options I don't need. Actually, what I'm going to do is just delete that. And in a new project tab, I'm just going to open one of the newer projects and just steal it. Then I know the settings are right.
Mm-hmm.
Why guess?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why guess when I can just go, that one. Hello from Germany. Hello, Germany. I'll be seeing you, Germany, in a week. Terrifying. I'm going over to 42 Gear Street again.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So there's going to be some big names. Do you know Paul Davids?
No.
Guitar player. He's got 2.5 million subscribers. Yeah, there's another guy whose name I can't pronounce who seems to do loads of covers. He's got 1.5 million subscribers, and it's all a bit like, whoa. Yeah, there we go. There's our Shadow Hills. So I've scaled this one up so you can see it because it's a 4K screen. So yeah, it's actually 2 compressors in one, an optical compressor and a discrete VCA compressor. And I'm barely tickling them, so all I'm going to do is right click on that, copy effects, go back to Searchlight, right click, paste effects. Nice. Hey! I mean, people say, oh, it's cheating. It's like, yeah. But also, if this was an fully analog setup, it would just be patched in and set. And you wouldn't touch it for the album, right? It sounds good, so you leave it. So if I copy and paste that from track to track, that's the equivalent in digital, I guess. So let's just make sure that's not killing it at this point. Oh. That is barely doing anything. I'm going to put it before the virtual tape, actually, just because it just slightly evens things out. Oh. Why is it doing that? When I bypass that, it should just bypass. Certain thickness, it's really hard to put your finger on, but it just sounds nice. So at this point, I've got a coffee and you don't. Do you want a brew?
Yes, please.
Cool. So what we're going to do is, because this has analog gearing, we need to do online renders. So we literally need to play the whole song back. So what we can do is do that and get a brew.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So this is Searchlight Mix 3. Wave 24-bit. We're in 44K. It needs to be an online render. Hello from Northern Ireland. Hello, Ricky. Ricky's in chat.
Hello.
Well, hey. So, yeah, that's it. We've got our time selection. I'm just going to make sure that's right. Just going to put a little bit more at the start just in case, and a little more at the end. Just because we're going to the master, so having that extra little bit, if there's a pop or a click or anything, I'll just be chopping them off anyway. So that's good practice. And we hit render, and we'll see you back here in... I've not been showing you the screen. I'll see you back here for an online render in 3 minutes. Do you want to listen?
No, come on.
All right.
You build me up with the slightest word, you knock me down with ease. I'm teetering, I'm on the edge, I'm falling to my knees. All alone in the darkest desert, the mountains block my view. Waiting patiently for your searchlight, what else can I do? It's a shame that you leave me hanging on for dear life, darling. A shame that I can't be found within your searchlight beam. It's a shame that you leave me hanging on for dear life, darling. that can't be found within your searchlight beam. It's a shame that you leave me hanging on for dear life, darling. Shame that I can't be found within your searchlight beam. Nothing could keep me from falling apart. I'm dead to the world if I'm dead to your heart. Nothing can keep me from falling apart. I'm dead to the world if I'm dead to your heart. Without you, there is no me. Without you, there is no me. Without you, there is no me. Without you, there is no me.
Just missing, like, we love the bass in it, so obviously we wanted it up a bit more.
Yeah.
I think that low end is just really...
Oh, we return, everybody. Yeah, so that's it. It's not just a case of turn up the bass, because you end up back in the old fight of balance issues. But just molding the low end and that kind of thing. I did change the microphone on the bass cab there, but yeah, that is that one signed off until we get to the master, unless there are any problems. But we'll hear that when we get to the master stage, and we can just come back. So I'm going to open another new tab, and I think we'll go through these in order, and I'll leave Searchlight open so we can flick between them.
Yeah.
Because if we're using that as the sound, the tonal master, then let's go with Don't Call the Doctor. Oh, okay. One thing I forgot to do last night, and this is going to take a little while now. Oh no, I did make sure that we had all of the last year's stuff already downloaded, so I'm going to make sure that we've got all the this year's stuff downloaded as well. And that's going to be doing over the next few minutes. Luckily, we've got 500 megabit internet, so that will sort itself out. Now to find out what plugins I don't have on some of these. Some of them I must have something somewhere that's not been installed. Might have got away with it. Oh, looks like I'm all right. So, right, notes, snares dominating the drums. So, more cymbals. I think I'm on a slightly older version of Infinistrip here. Because on a slightly newer version, there's a way to make it bigger. Because that doesn't do much. That's fine. If it's dominating, that means there's too much compression on it. The bass is also a little bit... Oh, it's mammoth, but it's a little bit woolly. Woolly mammoth. Right, so I will do a little bit of moulding on the bass to make that fit around it, and that'll take that problem away. No, I don't want all of this stuff. Nope. So I tend to find that an LA2A, does a lot of the work, and an EQ. Get rid of some of that. Add some low end. Probably not adding too much low end though, because the things we're going to do on the master bus will cover that. Right, so I've got similar problems with guitar and vocals where it's they're fighting each other. So I have to send the vocals to the guitar bus on an extra set of channels.
Okay.
And that's what TrackSpacer uses to kind of listen to. So what I can
It's like a sidechain type.
yeah,
thing.
it is exactly a sidechain, but instead of just compressing the whole thing, it just listens in a certain frequency range and just pulls that down instead. So I'm just gonna copy Soothe and TrackSpacer over. This song is quite a lot darker in sound, so this must have been when I was experimenting with things like the VSX. And, yeah. I've got Soothe on the overheads. I think I need to go the other way with this. I've really kind of darkened the overheads, I think, and I should really have brightened them. There was a cymbal in here that was particularly strident. It's on there, so we need to find that it's lower down. That should fix it. Make it brighter again now. Hello, Billy. From Caribou ME. I need some real brightening up. Okay. I'm also quickly going to copy across our whole master chain here, except for True Iron, which is already on there. True Iron's one of my favorites. It just does a certain thing that's so hard to define, but it just nice. Comparing that to, yeah, bright. Yeah, I've mixed this really dark. Right, so everything's dark, so we're just going to start with the drums and the bass. Guitar's not going to that reverb at all, so that might fix things a little bit. Just guitar bus over to the small room, tiny little bit, not that much. There's a big low mid push on the vocal. Forgotten the vocals on Searchlight. Oh, all the things. Let's just see if just copying all the things over brings the brightness up. much brighter. Just in general, I think that was what this song really needed. And guitar in the final verse cranked up right in the mix. Let's have a look. That one needs a little EQ work so we can get more out of it. I wanted that guitar to have a bit more something so I can actually turn it down a bit, but still have that. Oh, there we go. So let's see where we're at now.
Please don't call a doctor, 'cause I
Got to put the snare back to where it was before.
Yeah. I
But
just thought that, yeah.
now that the elements have come round it, yeah, I think that's what it needed. It wasn't like the snare dominated, it was like everything else didn't match it. Yeah. So I must have been monitoring on something really bright at the time because everything's not bright. So now let's listen through.
Please don't call a doctor, 'cause I can't see until I get my pay. I don't need a kidney, 'cause this government, it takes my waste away. I will wait till the people join me standing on the street. Will wait till my voice is heard and it won't be discreet. Will wait till the people join me standing on the street. Will wait till my voice is heard and it won't be discreet. Please don't call the doctor. The death is nipping at my heels each day. Stethoscopes won't cure my ailments. Put your sticky lollipops away. I will wait till the people join me standing on the street. Will wait till my voice is heard and it won't be discreet. Will wait till the people join me standing on the street. Will wait till my voice is heard and it won't be discreet.
Yeah, that's sounding good. All right, so let's get this one rendered. Mix 2, online render, and we'll listen through this one.
Please
Yeah, sounds good. I'm going to sneeze again. No, I'm not. I've been suffering with allergies, everybody, so if you see me sneezing, I don't have the thing. It's just pet allergies. Because Liam's got dogs, and yesterday I forgot to take my allergy tablet because I'm an idiot. I've taken one today, but it's not quite kicked in. So I'm sneezy. Yes, the band is called Banana Ranch. Hello, Brian Wilson. Yes, this is Paul from Banana Ranch. And so, yes, we're going through final mix revisions today, which is lucky because that song was a way off from the rest of the songs, I think, sound-wise. And that means that it's going to be a lot easier when we get to the mastering stage. Not going to be fighting the thing. And yes, Danny, hi. The hardware something is the new analog tape hardware from Bart Herc and a little bit of the SSL console and the BBC preamps with the 9-band inductor EQs. And they really are doing a certain something. So next song on the album is World War III, which we only did the mix for very recently. So that should be cool. Right, first chord guitar down ever so slightly more drums and cymbals. Pushing the mix for the la-las. Okay, so let's have a listen. This one should be, I'm going to take flatline off and just copy across our reinsert plugin there. Oop. And put it there. That we want to take down the jam.
I think so. Let's see his notes.
Yeah, it just says verse chords. So let's just take that down a bit. What I had to do then, because we've added the analog tape emulation on the master bus, is on the bass here, I've turned off the Slate virtual tape.
Yeah.
And also there was a little bass bump on there, which I've taken off because I could hear that they were interfering with everything. We were already getting more of that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no need to double up on it. But because we weren't getting that originally in the mix, I've just had to compensate for that, which means the rest of the elements in the mix will now get that nice low end bump too. And I think that sounds quite nice. Possibly a little bit much low end still on that bass. You set that. Is it on an automation? That's weird. Don't know why that's on a automation envelope. There we go. Yeah, I think for the newer songs, we're going to have to not bump the bass so much.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait over and get it. So, just make a note for the songs the older songs, we're at 2.5 dB bump at the bottom. So I'm just gonna zero that out for this song and probably the newer songs in general. Let's just see how that sounds now. Yeah, that was the one. Okay, cool. So slightly more drums and cymbals. So just overall whole kit.
Yeah, I think there might have been an issue with the MIDI mapping.
All right.
I don't know if I put it in the notes or not. I don't know if that's with some of the cymbals. Well, one of them at least sounds like more like a splash.
Right. So
And
it's
I'm not
just
sure if we were triggering tom 3 and 4 rather than say like 2 and 4.
okay. We can fix all of those
Might
things.
just be,
We're all trigger happy, it's the last thing we need. But if you're by my side,
So
we're all we're
let's remap She Splashy. So
we're all trigger. But if you're by my
click on there and go to MIDI mapping. Learn note, and then I make sure I hit that note. Oh, it's a quick way of doing it.
If you're by my side, at the head of the line, when it's I say, well, all three.
Maps to Tom 3 and Tom 5.
yeah.
Well, all three.
Just been me that, but
Well, all three.
just over on the crash.
Yes, please.
Okay. In that case, that one crash. Yeah, that's all China's. China. So, what I'll do is remove that entirely and see.
Well, all three.
Map. No, not map. Learn. And yeah, so it is that one.
Well, all three.
How many toms do you use? Is it just 2?
Yeah, just one rack and one floor.
Right, so would it be better off as... Okay, so I'll also remove that and remove that, see how far that gets us.
Well, all three.
Because it substitutes those, so I don't need to remap them. Cool.
Well, all three.
So what I'm going to do now is save that. Save as Banana Ranch 2021. Because that way I can go in on the other songs and just drop it in, and that should fix 99% of our issues.
Well, all three.
Are those toms a decent sound for you, or because now they're a different kit, it's got a whole different feel?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
saying that.
I do like the Yamaha ones.
Yeah.
Well, all three.
It's very
I
subtle.
like it. Keep it.
Cool. In that case, again, let's go back into it and resave that. Save. There it is. All right. So back to the mix notes. What did we have? Slightly more drums and cymbals in the mix.
Well, all three.
We're just thinking a bit more high end, or
I think so, yeah, but I think
Gonna
them
turn off
symbol
that too.
changes might have just made them a bit more present there in the mix.
yeah, okay. Was it just the cymbals that we were thinking, or was there?
I think in general it would like a bit of a bump, but then to me that sounds not too bad there.
Yeah, well, we're talking small moves, I think. So I'm going to add a little bit of high end overall in the kit, and just see if that lifts everything out.
Well, on three.
Watch if anything. That was less than 2 dB of a high end bump. It's amazing what it does. Oh, and I also turned off the tape machine on the drums again because we have the outboard. I was noticing that the kick drum's a little bit crunchy because we're going through the tape, then another tape.
Yeah.
Everyone says, "Oh yeah, tape sounds great." Yeah, you go through it several times and see how much you like it then.
At the head of the line, when the time has arrived, they'll say, well, on three by my side. At the head of the line, when the time has arrived, they'll say, well, on three. Well, on three. One of us got to lose for the other victory.
Yeah, sounding good. What have we got? Verse chord. Yep, guitar down. That is down. Or at least now it's gone through the tape and everything, and I've turned it down. It's back, but everything else is bigger around it. So that should work itself out. And la la las.
At the head of the line, when the time has arrived, they'll say, well,
These.
the time has arrived, they'll say.
Turn up this whole group overall, because there it's really nice, and at the end it'll be really nice as well. I think they're going to the reverb a little heavy now they're loud though. The whole thing is the backing vocal, so I'll just take that down a bit.
One of us got to die, and the best.
That's the best new thing that I got this week. I got a grap box. I got an Oratone. Sounds horrible, but if it sounds balanced on that, you've
Yeah.
won.
They'll say, well, on three. Well, on three. Well, on three. But if you're by my side, at the head of the line, when the time has arrived, they'll say, well, on three. Well, on three. World War III.
A little bit. I think we got it. All right. So mix 2. Happy?
Yeah, I'm happy with
All right. Lovely. Online render to that folder. Don't need an MP3 version because this is going to the master stage. Go. I'm going to go to the men's room. See you in a minute.
One of us got to die, and it best not be me. I've been biding my time, investing technology. And if war is a weapon, then set us all free. We're all trigger happy, it's the last thing we need. But if you're by my side, at the head of the line, when the time has arrived, they'll say,
Hear all that lovely analog goodness at the end there.
I love all the vocals he puts in. I just wondered if he could fit any more in.
Oh, don't. He will. How many channels did this have? 26 or something stupid like that?
I'm sure there was one that was 90 something.
Yeah, this whole bottom row here is just vocals, all the light blue. Crazy, crazy. Right, so that's that one down. What's next? Sad. So
I think with this one, it's just reloading the drums.
right,
I think everything else is pretty cool.
yeah. We'll do the analog thing and just see if we need to compensate for that. But yeah, yeah, those LUFS meters are really useful in Reaper. Oh, BSX console AMEC is not installed. Where was that? On the chorus. I'm down by a plugin. Uh-oh. It's gonna show you all my details, isn't it? No, actually, that's fine. Select all, download and install. Oh, 6.3 gig? No, just my products, thank you very much. In the background, I'm gonna let that install in the background because that's now got to download 3 gigabytes of plugins. I think there's only maybe 2, maybe 3 in there that I don't have installed. Typical. But it's automated, so we'll just leave that in the background while we listen to what we got. So flatline, go. I'm not going to put True Iron on some of these newer tracks because I've mixed without it, so it makes more sense not
Do you
using
put True Iron on when you start in the mix?
Usually.
On your master bus?
Yeah, it kind of affects what I'm doing in here. It's so subtle that it's not a big deal, but because I'm already adding loads of saturation and stuff, I'm not going to make it any more difficult for myself.
I'm sad if I'm feeling well, and I'm sad when I'm ill. I'm sad for a brand new start, and I'm sad with big shoes to fill. I'm sad and I'm so sad and I'm so sad and I'm sad and I'm so sad and I'm so sad and
The hi-hat going crazy.
Yeah.
Was that just a twitch of the foot, maybe? Let's... I mean, it didn't sound bad.
sad for a brand new start, and I'm sad when I'm going off floats. Sad and I'm so sad and I'm so sad and I'm
There, which means it must be on. Yeah, foot pedals going. You can see it. It's just kind of you leaning on it. But it seems like it's not being played. It doesn't matter. It's part of the performance. Anyway, yeah, that sounds decent. What were the notes? Change cymbals and tom panning. Yeah, so yeah, because of they're not the middle and the right now, they're the left and the.
sad and I'm so sad with big shoes to fill. I'm sad and I'm so sad and I'm so sad and I'm sad when you don't. I'm sad when I'm sad when you want. I'm sad.
Yeah, sounding good. We're just waiting on this plugin. Install, yes. And then all we have to do is close Reaper, open Reaper, and it'll go, oh, new plugins! You see at the start menu's going bananas as it installs every last one of them. See some flickering on the screen. I do apologise for that, everybody. But yeah, I have to say, of all the installers that there are for different companies, this one's probably the best. Because you just go, I want these. Yes, please. Thank you. So I'm just going to save this. Save Searchlight. Save Dance Over My Grave, because I was using that as a reference before as well, just to make sure my hardware worked. Close it. Open it. Scanning. Scanning. Oh yeah, now it's got to go through 240 new plugins. Lovely! That's only going to take a minute, and then we're back to where we were. Yeah. Maximum efficiency. I did try and go through the songs and see if there were any missing plugins while I set up, because I've been mixing on a different computer, and I thought I got them all. There's always one. Always one. Ah! Yes, hello everybody in chat. Make yourselves at home. Grab a drink, grab some popcorn. This one's going to be a long one. But yeah, I'm really liking how it's going. Universal Audio stuff. I wouldn't mind betting some of these have got small updates as well, which will make things run even smoother. But I like to not look at updates too much if it's just behind the scenes stuff. I just hit play and has the CPU meter gone down? Yes. Great.
Result.
Yeah, winner. They did that with Soothe recently. They're like, hey, it's a lot more efficient now. I'm like, sign me up. Yes, please. You mean I can have 20 of them instead of 15 of them? There'll be a mix where I'll need that. Yeah, grab a beer. I mean, it's a little early for us to grab a beer, but I mean, depending on where you are, it's never too early. Hello, Nick. Hi, Chris. Hello, everybody. Right, so sad. Click. So that loaded 240 new plugins and is now loading the entire song, probably in the time it would take Pro Tools to just open the project. I do enjoy dunking on Pro Tools. Don't need a reason. All right. The chunky guitars, it just brought them out a bit. Lovely.
I'm sad when you want me there, and I'm sad if you don't. I'm sad when I'm going under. I'm sad when I float.
So with the tape or without, because it's doubling up it.
I'm sad when you want me there, and I'm sad if you don't. I'm sad when I'm going under.
All I can hear now is drums. So yeah, let's leave the tape machine on, because that actually helps it gel a little bit. And yeah, turn the bass up a little bit now that I've turned off the tape on it.
I'm sad when you want me there, and I'm sad.
That is a bit too much drums, so I'm just going to take it down by a dB. This song's not, I think it's a little darker overall, because these are the same drums as the previous track. So yeah, I may have actually made my life difficult here. And unlink these, I think that was slightly lower down, that might be what it was. Yeah, that's better. I've just remembered I do have SonarWorks on, which is correcting for these speakers, which is making it a little weird. in the other speaker. So let's just try checking the grot box in the middle without Sonar Works on. It's going to be a bit louder. That's yeah, I'm happy with that now. All right. Maybe I do want True Iron on the master bus, just at the start there. Let's just see if that gels everything, just without touching anything. It's so subtle, it's not doing much, but it's not causing any harm, so it may as well stay. All right, it's another one we need to online render to that folder, and so yeah, we're happy with. We change the symbols and the toms, and just small things. Render 2 files. Nope, just the one. All we need. Thank you. Thinking in a bit we should all domino.
I'm sad when you want me there, and I'm
Well-
sad if you don't. I'm sad when I'm going under, and I'm sad when I float.
Wrong way.
I'm sad and so sad and so sad and I'm sad and so sad and so sad and I'm sad when you want me there, and I'm sad if you don't. I'm sad when I'm going under, and I'm sad when I float.
Yeah, this song's when I first got all the Jupiter pedals and I was trying them all. And
I'm sad if I'm feeling well, and I'm sad when I'm ill. I'm sad for a brand new start, and I'm sad with big shoes to fill. I'm sad and so sad and so sad and I'm sad and so sad and so sad and I'm sad if I'm feeling well, and I'm sad when I'm ill. I'm sad for a brand new start, and I'm sad with big shoes to fill. I'm sad and I'm so sad and I'm so sad and
Yeah. It's funny, I found that by accident because that's on the delay pedal and it started self-oscillating and then I thought, oh, it's going up and down. Ooh, Radiohead. Just do the Karma Police thing. Yeah. Yeah, that was fun. All right, so let's move on. I'll leave that open in case we need to refer to it. Happiness. This is one of the older ones, I think. Sneeze again. And now I'm not going to sneeze. Great. There we go. There's bits of dog still in my still in my nose. Howard Benson vocals. Oh, right. Okay, there's another one I'm gonna have to find. Howard Benson vocals is the one from JST, and it's really good. But if it's not on there, then the vocals are gonna sound a bit rubbish. Oh wait, no, there it is. What? Oh, it's moved it to VST3. But all the settings have been lost. Right, no, that doesn't work. So, just gonna switch to this screen for a minute while we go for Howard Benson vocals. Oh, right, so I'm gonna have to find this out of my email, which is why I've just switched. Because this is one that I got sent from the guys at JST to do a demo on, which was cool. But yeah, there we go. Had to switch because you'd be seeing all of my personal stuff. And Howard Benson 1.01. Oh, Windows 1.02. Access to this file has expired. Ace. Okay, well that's awkward. Let's just see. Oh god. Might have to just remix the vocals on this one quickly. Never mind. Won't take long. As awesome as Howard Benson vocals is, it does things that I already have. So it's meant to be like a one-stop shop that's like, hey, you want this? You want that? I got all of those. Like, that's great. It is great, but I can do that. Yeah. Cool keyboards. These. Right. So yeah, that does suck a bit on the whole vocal thing, but that's not going to take me long to get something usable.
Happiness is everything. For some girls it's a diamond ring, but you and me are...
That's something going on upstairs, that's fine. So
Happiness is everything. For some girls it's a diamond ring, but you and me are everything. You're all that I could ever want and more. Oh, happiness, it's everywhere. Open your eyes and you'll find it there. Oh, you and me, we're without concern. I want to tell the world that we have found it. Happiness, we all need happiness. Happiness, we all need happiness. You and me, we're like Mercury. Red and stars is our destiny.
that'll do. So I just want to copy that across to there. Oh, missed. And to there. And let's just see if that sorts it.
Woohoo! Happiness is everything. For some girls, it's a diamond ring, but you and me are everything. You're all that I could ever want and more. Oh, happiness, it's everywhere. Open your eyes and you'll find it there. Oh, you and me. Here we go, dropping in. Woohoo! Happiness is everything. For
Yeah, I think that's sounding okay. Just needed to throw that together. That's not a problem. Now, let's just bring up one of the older tracks because I need to get the master processing. This song sounds quite thin, comparatively. So, let's bring our thickness in with a THICC. Get rid of that one and paste.
here we go, dropping in. Woohoo! Happiness is everything. For some girls, it's a diamond ring, but you and me are everything. You're all that I could ever want and more. Oh, happiness, it's everywhere. Open your eyes and you'll find it there. Oh, you and me, we're without concern. I want to tell the world that we have found it. Happiness, we all need happiness.
So those backing vocals are now a bit too loud, but we'll bring them down. Right.
Everywhere. Open your eyes and you'll find it there. Oh, you and me found it. You and me, we're like Mercury. Waiting stars is our destiny, but happiness is what we'll bring. I want to tell the world that I have found it. Found it. You and me, we're like Mercury. Waiting stars is our destiny, but happiness is what we'll bring.
Yeah, cool. Think that's coming together very quickly. Now, what were the notes again for... Now I'm showing you all my personal stuff. Great. Heavier, louder guitars and audio sample lower in the mix. I did wonder about that.
Woohoo! 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 Happiness is everything.
That's, yeah, it was a bit thick and chunky and heavier guitars.
It's everywhere. Open your eyes and you'll find it there. Oh, you and me, we're without constraints. You and me, we're like our destiny, but happiness is what we'll bring.
Right, so at this point, he wants more of that and less of this. So we need automation lanes. And just do... Actually, let's just turn it all up.
You and me, we're like Mercury. Waiting in stars is our destiny. I want to test. You and me, we're like Mercury. Waiting in stars is our destiny, but happiness is what we'll bring.
And I'm gonna need the track spacer. It's not even on this song. Awesome. I'll just build it from vocal group to guitar bus on 3 and 4. Nope. Helps when you don't miss. You'd think with a big purple cursor it'd be easy to do, but apparently not. Track spacer.
You and me, we're like Mercury. Waiting in stars is
Let's get an EQ on these guitars and just take some fluff out the bottom. And that's probably a bit scratchy now, so now we need soothe. Soothe. The guitars are good, but we're losing everything now. Now, so what I did for those at home is I went to that Oratone grot box, noticed I couldn't hear the kick at all, so I just found something in the high end to push a bit, so I didn't just have to turn up the kick, it was just a bit more of that. Not enough to kill anything, not enough to suddenly turn into like Metallica, but just enough to... more of this guitar. Bit much now. I think that guitar, it's a little too loud, so I'm just gonna take it down a tiny touch.
Open your eyes and you'll find it there. Oh, you and me, we're without concern. I want to tell the world that we have found it. Happiness, we all need happiness. Happiness, we all need happiness. You and me, we're like Mercury. Waiting in stars is our destiny, but happiness is what we'll bring. I want to tell the world that I have found it. You and me, we're like Mercury. Waiting in stars is our destiny, but happiness is. You and me, we're like Mercury.
Must have gone a bit mental on the bass at that point because I can really hear it.
You and me, we're like Mercury. Red and stars is our destiny, but happiness is what we'll bring. I want to tell the world that I have found it. You and me, we're like Mercury. Red and stars is our destiny, but happiness is what we'll bring. I want to tell the world that I have found it.
Cool. Right, so let's just make sure I've got some rolling. And plenty of... Oh yeah. the cymbals do stop themselves. So I'm gonna have to fade the song before that because they go sure and stop. So I'll do that and put a region in just so that if we come back to it, we've got something. And so this is mix 4 of this song, and that came together quite well. So online render through the hardware, a lovely hardware for anyone who's tuned in. We're using Herc's tape emulator and SSL console color module and some BBC preamps. And so here we go. Hello.
Happiness is everything. For some girls it's a diamond ring, but you and me are everything. You're all that I could ever want and more. Oh, happiness, it's everywhere. Open your eyes and you'll find it there. Oh, you and me, we're without concern. I want to tell the world that we have found it. Happiness, we all need happiness. Happiness, we all need happiness. You and me, we're like Mercury. Waiting in stars is our destiny, but happiness is what we'll bring. I want to tell the world that I have found it. You and me, we're like Mercury. Waiting in stars is our destiny, but happiness is what we'll bring. I want to tell the world that I have found it. Happiness is everything. You set me free, I began to think about you and me. What the world could be if everyone could feel it for a moment. Happiness, what else could
Sorry, cancel the render. That vocal's just too loud.
I want to tell the world that I have found it. You and me, we're like Mercury.
And now I'm turning down the main fader because I'm an idiot.
I want to tell the world that I have found it. You and me, we're like Mercury. Waiting in stars is our destiny, but happiness is what we'll bring. I want to tell the world that I have found it.
There we go. Juan says, can you show really quickly the plugin that sends the DAW's audio to the stream? That is Restream. That is actually sending out via IP address to our stream computer, which is then picking that up through OBS. But yeah, I had to turn the vocal down there by not even 2 dB, but it made a difference between the vocal being sat on the mix and being the main part of the mix. Sometimes that's what it takes, and if it takes another 2 minutes to start the render again, worth it. Overwrite, yes.
Happiness is everything. For some girls it's a diamond ring, but you and me are everything. You're all that I could ever want and more. Oh, happiness, it's everywhere. Open your eyes and you'll find it there. Oh, you and me, we're without concern. I want to tell the world that
Nice. Okay, hello. Hello, everybody. All right. Close. Save. Next. So, holiday. I remember this one being another one that had a million parts in it. It was a lot of fun. Holiday. In there. Banana Ranch. Holiday. Doop doop doop. Oh. Maybe I do need to get another screen back just to have all the chat and everything on it. But as you can see, I've got rid of all the other screens because it was getting a bit screen overload. Which, ironically, it's all over there now. but it's set in such a way that can be for somebody else. If I end up with a stream assistant, I can have someone manning that, and I then don't have to worry about it. But when it's just me, I've got the Stream Deck, and it kind of works. But yeah, let's just start by getting our things, signal chain master. There we go.
I think we've earned a holiday. So time to take us.
So first things first, let's replace the drums with our new setup. So from the final bridge, saxophone. So is that...
Glad you are here with me. The summer's just begun.
I bet you meant.
And you know we're having fun. Breathing in the air when you've got no care.
Yeah, so that was the section that he meant. So let's get rid of that.
Summer's just begun.
Yeah, it clears it out a bit. Yeah. So that one's done. We will step on board. Those, I remember, that's those. So, yeah. So, and extra R's.
You don't have to run from the summer in the sun. The summer sun will take us where we're meant to be.
Into the penultimate chorus, which is this one. We've already got the R's.
We'll travel lights, check-ins, make our flights. We'll travel lights, check-ins, make. We'll travel lights, check-ins, make our flights. Or maybe.
Right, what am I doing? If we click on that, that'll zoom me to the right track. That's good. Step on board, just so I know where I'm at. Oh, these have got absolutely nothing on them. Oh, they're tucked into a group that's got all the processing. That might be it, actually. Right, so I'm gonna just divorce this from its parents and copy all the processing so we've got a separate thing and they're not fighting each other, because I think the compression on that whole group is just ducking these. So that can be a lot less and that can be a much more reasonable number. So this is supposed to be, I think, not quite as thin as I've made it. The main vocal just seems a little bit too polite. You know, if you know what I mean. It's not quite in there.
Mountains cast a spell on me. The beach, the air, the land, the sea. Soak in the rays. We'll travel lights. Check ins, make our flight. Or maybe we can even go by sea. Let's make our flight. Or maybe we can even go by sea.
Yeah, see what I mean? It was just kind of getting lost. It was a little bit. It didn't sound bad, but it didn't sound fair. So the we will step on board and extra R's. So the we will step on board.
Breathing in the air when you've got no
Oh, that's not the chorus.
your bags and let's step on board. We'll your bags and let's step on board.
That's where it is, I think.
We'll travel lights. Check ins, make our flight. Or maybe we can even go by sea.
Yeah, it adds a little something. Drums we've done. In the final chorus, wants to be more evident in the mix, which is what we've done.
We'll travel lights. Check ins, make our flight. Or maybe we can even go by sea. And the summer's just begun.
And
Or maybe we can even go by sea. Or maybe we can even go by sea.
just bumping the vocals up on that last line because everything's crashing around. We just need it to be a bit more noticeable. And a tiny bit more on that chorus.
The sun, the sun. The summer sun will take us where we're meant to be. Where we're meant to be. Go get your bags and let's step on board. We will step on board. We'll travel lights. Check ins, make our flight. Or maybe we can even go by sea.
Piano's just going blur in the back.
Go by sea.
So where's that piano honking away? For a start, that's got a certain something that I'm not liking in the mix. And then just kill it. There we go. Clean. It can do its thing everywhere else. On there, the next part of the song covers it. Let's have a look here.
And the summer's just begun.
It's just that one time at the end where there's nothing to cover it. It just, yeah, it was sticking out. I think that's covered everything. So we're halfway there. Oh! No, there is no Bon Jovi in this house. Right. No MP3 needed. Online render, and off we go.
I think we've earned a holiday. Some time to take our stress away. So get the news, sit back and drink and muse. 'Cause we can't wait to get away. The summer sun will take us where we're meant to be. Go get your bags and let's step on board.
Oh, sorry, I'm being a pain. The vocal's just not quite there again. I think it's the top end. It's just a bit gentle and it needs something. It needs a neve. It needs that thing where I barely did anything earlier and it popped right out. I wonder if these DSs here are just being a bit aggressive, so I need to make up for it. And that one's interfering a bit. Yeah, there we go. The balance is right now. Yeah, you probably couldn't hear that on stream, but Paul, you said, can we take the piano down a bit? Just overall, it's just a bit much. What are you thinking?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, there's a volume automation out there that just gets louder and louder and then quieter and quieter. Where did that point come from? That's probably it. Yeah, okay, good spot. The vocals are sat where they're supposed to be now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. Lovely. Mix 2, yes, overwrite. There we go.
I think we've earned a holiday. Some time to take our stress away. And you know we're having fun. Breathing in the air when you've got no cares and you don't have to run from the summer in the sun. The summer sun will take us where we're meant to be. Where we're meant to be. Go get your bags and let's step on board. We will step on board. We'll travel lights, check in, make our flight. Or maybe we can even go by sea.
Are we still hearing the piano ringing at the end there, despite the fact that I killed the group entirely? I mean, it's not a deal breaker. It wasn't that bad, but it just... Is that sending to a reverb? Is that it? Piano group. Yeah, they're sending to reverbs. That's fine. That's just enough coming through the reverbs that it's not a deal breaker. All right. So, moving on to Breathe. Heavier Queens of the Stone Age vibe. Question mark. Well, we'll see what we can do here then. Breathe. Breathe. Because this might call for something like reamping the guitars more grungy or something. Alright, so this has got the Howard Benson vocals thing again. Shifting down, so we're not looking at waveforms that look massively distorted. It's a cool Reaper trick is I can do that and make everything look really big. Mostly so that if you got some like whisper quiet vocal or something, you can see it and edit it without having to turn it up and kill everyone. Yeah, so that true iron is -5. Okay. So it seems that at this point I wasn't listening to my own advice about gain staging and I was absolutely smashing the living snot out of it. Right, so these vocals need a remix.
The faster I run, the harder I fall on my knees.
Oh, what's that
You
doing?
pick me apart, leave a hole in my heart, so it seems.
Ah, so for a start, oh, where's my effects group? I need a... Oh, no, wrong one. I need a slap to be in there. Slap. Slap like. And that is going to be the Waves J37. Which isn't actually a slapback, but it has a slapback function that sounds wonderful. So before I even listen to that, we're going to make sure that the vocal is nice and thick and chunky. No high end push. So virtual mix rack probably is the answer. I need to reset it so that it doesn't throw all this at me. Let's go all vintage, and start with that.
The faster I run, the harder I fall on my knees. You pick me apart, leave a hole in my heart, so it seems.
Because that bit of drive there, especially when I hit the slapback, will give it a lot of character.
The faster I run, the harder I fall on my knees.
There we go.
You pick me apart, leave a hole in my heart, so it seems. Days come and go, I've got nowhere to go.
Yeah, so let's now send the vocal group, which I didn't even spell group right. What was I doing?
The faster I run, the...
So I need this tape machine to be in send and return mode, and that should sort things out quite quickly.
The faster I run, the harder I fall on my knees.
So I need to unlink this, have one of them quicker than the other to make it big.
The faster I run, the harder I fall on my knees.
Turn the high end down.
You pick me apart, leave the hole in my heart, so it seems. Days come and go, I've got nowhere to go when you leave. But I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe.
There we go, and drive it quite hard.
The faster I run, the harder I fall on my knees.
And it's too much, obviously, but now I can just have to check for other things being sent to the slapback, because that's going to sound disgusting. And then turn it off and bring the mix up and then slowly bring it in.
The faster I run, the harder I fall on my knees.
So we've not even got a loud enough vocal yet.
The faster I run, the harder I fall on my knees. You pick me apart, leave a hole in my heart, so it seems. Days come and go, I've got nowhere to go when you leave. But I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live.
Give that lead more of a poke.
Under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve.
Yeah, that snare's too reverby and too polite for a Queens of the Stone Age kind of track. It needs a bit more of a splat.
Under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe.
That snare definitely doesn't have a splat.
Under my sleeve.
It's got a splat. Let's just see what other snares I've got in here that have got really low, like, splat. That one, maybe. That's what I want, is a proper low piff. Let's just see if... Can you... Tune. That ridiculously low piff thing. Bye-bye room mics, I guess. A little bit of that one. Just because, again, if we're going for a Queens of the Stone Age vibe, that's actually quite dry drums.
Mm-hmm.
Under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. in my head that are wrestling me dead with unease. I know what to do and I'll show you, you'll believe.
Bass a bit more growl. Have the low end we need, but I've got bass mint, which should fix that. Because I don't want it to be super low. The low end to be thicker.
Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Under my sleeve.
Guitar's definitely got a Queens of the Stone Age vibe, but it's not quite there.
Phone to appease the thoughts in my head that are wrestling me dead with unease. I know what to do when I show you, you'll believe. 'Cause I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Said I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me.
Getting there, except that I can't hear the drums. So, the old trick, grab the everything else and turn down the everything else.
Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. When I'm left alone, I just play on the phone to appease the thoughts in my head that are wrestling me dead with unease. I know what to do when I show you, you'll believe. 'Cause I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Said I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Said I've got when I just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe.
point. I've got a double vocal now that hasn't been touched.
Just let me live. Let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live. Let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve.
Right, so
I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live. Let me live, let me live.
do is turn off that double vocal apart from on the choruses. Because that slapback's doing a lot of that work. And
I've got a plan and I'm hiding. Let me live.
see what a difference that makes.
All of my heart, so it seems. Days come and go, I don't know where to go when you leave. But I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live. Let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live. Let me live, let me live, let me breathe.
And the guitars, I think, can be kicked up. Oh, they already are on the choruses.
It under my sleeve. Just let me live. Let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just
Explains why the guitars were too loud on the choruses and why we turned it all down. But guitar bus is at -5, and that gets to +5. So funnily enough, on the choruses we end up back at unity. Yeah.
when I'm left alone, I just play on the phone to appease the thoughts in my head that are resting me dead with unease. I know what to do when I show you, you believe. 'Cause I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Said I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live. Let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live. Let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live. Let me live, let me live, let me breathe.
Cool. Happy?
Let's. He wanted more floor toms, more toms in the verses,
Okay.
and cymbals up a bit more.
Cool.
Run the harder of peace.
Floor toms are pretty much mostly in the verses, so I don't think we want is to just crank the volume up. I think what we want is more of a certain thing
Just
to
that,
make it.
that feel, I think.
Yeah, dum dum da dum. Okay. Horrible on its own, but I think that's a mixed context thing.
The faster I run, the harder I fall on my knees. You pick me apart, leave a hole in my heart, so it seems. Days come and go, I don't know where to go when you leave.
Might need a bit of just overall level as well.
The faster I run, the harder I fall on my knees. You pick me apart, leave a hole in my heart, so it seems. Days come and go, I don't know where to go when you leave. But I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe.
Oh, and I'm going to add in a compressor on the overheads just to bring in some more squish. Something I like to do on overheads there is I've just killed a slow compressor and just turn it off and then blend a little bit back in, until it just lets itself poke through. Because that just gives you a bit of the character without you having to do any EQ moves and go, no, make it stop, not the bees.
Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my...
Yeah, little tricks.
I've got a plan.
So, yeah, see a gap at the start. Let's press some buttons. Cool. If anyone's got any questions in the chat, feel free to fire away, because we've got lots and lots of this to do and lots of time to answer questions. Oh, no. That's offline. Let's try it online. We might get some sound.
The faster I run, the harder I fall on my knees. You pick me apart, leave a hole in my heart, so it seems. Days come and go, I don't know where to go when you leave. But I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. When I'm left alone, I just play on the phone to appease the thoughts in my head that are resting me dead with unease. I know what to do when I show you, you'll believe. 'Cause I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Said I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe.
More volume.
I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. Just let me live, let me live, let me live, let me breathe. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my sleeve. I've got a plan and I'm hiding it under my...
Oh, that was a good one. Sorry about that. I think I've got 9% less dog hair in me now. Oh, Liam, why do you have to have such hairy dogs? There's dog hair all around this building, despite the fact that they're 2 floors up. Yeah, that's another one. I think that's in the bag. Dance Over My Grave is one of the most recent ones, so I'm just going to open that in this. In fact, that is the most recent one. I mixed that on Tuesday. In theory, that one should be fine. But we'll see. Right, don't need flatline. Let's just copy this lot because it includes turning the volume down in True Iron. Boop, boop. Paste. Off. Off. Right, drums fixie time. We've made ourselves a preset earlier to just drop in.
Of all the memories I leave with you, I hope you have the one that puts a smile upon your face. From my grave, send a message right across the Milky Way. Dance over my grave.
The guitars I'm looking at.
My grave, send a message right across the Milky Way. Dance over my grave. Side of life. You only live once, live it all.
Do you think that was what he meant? Get rid of those. It says, yeah, completely get rid of the backing vocals in the bridge before the final chorus.
Get rid.
They're a bit ropey, to be fair. Slightly lower the backing vocals in the chorus. Okie dokie, and cymbals. Mass cymbal.
Since we changed the preset, I'm happy with that now.
Right, because now we've got the right cymbals being hit.
Yep.
Right, okay. All right, well, that one was a nice, easy one. I turned off the tape on the kicks and the basses and everything. A lot of the ultra modern mixed stuff like track space is already in here. So, save, render, brew.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll get us another brew. We'll on-run render this one. This one we only did this week, so apart from any major failures, we don't really need to hear this one while it renders. So, which of course we'll know when we get to the master stage if we need to re-render anything. Let's get a coffee. And then we're on to another one. Danny says, how much, out of curiosity, how much latency is there with it running through the hardware? Not a lot, honestly, because I'm using the RME RADAT system, which is incredibly short latency times. So it doesn't seem to be making a difference, does it, really?
No.
No, it's short enough. I think it's like 6 milliseconds all told for the round trip. So that's short enough that by the time I've made the tweak, I'm hearing the difference. And when you cascade things like latency, when it's into latency, into latency, into latency, it almost feels like it multiplies. Like if you've got quite a long latency loop and you add more analog loops in and plug in latencies, you turn a knob and it feels like you're waiting 5 seconds to do anything. But when you turn it down, I think it scales, so it feels really fast. It's not cheap, but that's what you pay all this money for. Anywho, let's press go. Get a brew. Nearly said get a beer.
Please don't visit me with flowers to pay me your respects. I won't need them when I'm gone. Recall the happy times, the silly times, the times that made you laugh. Just remember me in song. Dance over my grave. Send a message right across the Milky Way. Dance over my grave. We could start a new grave. Raise the settle from the ground to misbehave. Dance over my grave. Of all the memories I leave with you, I hope you have the one that puts a smile upon your face. When I'm buried, dead and gone, just remember me in song, 'cause I won't hear it anyway. Dance over my grave. Send a message right across the Milky Way. Dance over my grave. We could start a new grave. Raise the settle from the ground to misbehave. Dance over my grave. Embrace the darker side of life. You only live once, live it R-I-G-H-T. Embrace the darker side of life. You only live once, live it R-I-G-H-T. Dance over my grave, send a message right across the Milky Way. Dance over my grave. Dance over my grave. Send a message right across the Milky Way. Dance over my grave. We could start a new grave. Raise the settle from the ground to misbehave. Dance over my grave.
We return, we return. Hello, everybody, we're back. Sorry, the song finished, and then, yes, we return. So, making good progress, aren't we? Yep, save. Because that was song number 8. So, Funny E looks like it shouldn't need much either, because Funny E was another recent one. This one's gonna crunch a little bit with the tape. It's gonna be nice. Coffee break time indeed. I mean, in a little while, I think we will do an actual break on the stream, so we can stretch our legs and do what you got to do. Oh, that was... Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised when this song came through because it's nothing like any of the others.
No, it's not.
It's seared in stone, being a real smile is breaking up on my face. No fear, I'm changing up the gears like a rocket sending me up to space. Got the omens on my side, settling in for the ride, strapped in and I wanna embrace. Stretching out my stride, feeling there is a glide before I disappear without a trace. You start to wonder, what's it all about? Then comes the thunder to reinforce the doubt.
It's got kind of a Jane's Addiction feel about that bit. Yeah, we really just need to check the ending on this because with all the like outboard and everything, this bit
It's
is
a big ending, this, isn't it?
yeah, it's got everything going on. So we just need to check that it's not made it super muddy.
If you stand beside me, we can overcome this. Put your arms around me, let everything just drift away. If you stand beside me, we can overcome this. Put your arms around me, let everything just drift away. If you stand beside me, we can overcome this. Put your arms around me, let everything just drift away. If you stand beside me, we can overcome this. Put your arms around me, let everything just drift away.
Yeah, that one actually came out just really well.
Okay.
Yeah, happy with that. I mean, it's got the tape crush on it, but in context, it's quite nice. All right, so this one was relatively easy. Online render number 2. On we go. No MP3 needed. There we go.
It's seared in stone, being a real smile is breaking up on my face. No fear, I'm changing up the gears like a rocket sending me up to space. Got the omens on my side, settling in for the ride, strapped in and I wanna embrace. Stretching out my stride, feeling there is a glide before I disappear without a trace. You start to wonder, what's it all about? Then comes the thunder to reinforce the doubt. Feeling superstitious with my head in my lap, like I'm caught in a trap or a cage. Early warning signs were ignored just fine, but I should be up in my age. Nothing really comes my way at the end of the day. It seems I'm always at the back of the race. A headache's over you, nothing much you can do. Getting older and I'm all off the pace. You start to wonder, what's it all about? Then comes the thunder to reinforce the doubt.
Oh, the question from Billy, the old headroom debate. Well, it depends what you're doing and how you're doing it. There's at least one guy that I know who is strongly like, headroom doesn't matter, clip everything. And it's all context dependent. If you're working with outboard gear like I'm working with here, you cannot do that because you'll distort everything badly on the way to the outboard gear and on the way back in. But if you're doing things entirely digitally, like, as it turns out, nothing's clipping here, but on some of the other projects, you'll see the drums start to hit the red lights. When that goes into the master, that's still in the digital realm and still actually carries all the data above 0. So as long as you turn the input down in a plugin that can accept those levels, which most of them can, it's not a problem. And then send it out to the outboard at the same level so nothing distorts. But yeah, headroom is something I like to work with. I like to work as if all the plugins and all the stuff was analog. Quite often the analog modeling in a lot of plugins behaves as it would with the real thing, where if you drive it hard, it sounds like it's driven hard, which sometimes you want, sometimes you don't. And when you don't, if you've already just given it tons and tons of level, well, tough. Like this is a really good example, the SSL 9000J from Brainworks. It's got an input gain slider, so it can go -10 or plus 10 dB. But if you're giving it like 20 dB too hot a level, you can only go down 10 and it's still going to be clipping, or at least not giving you the sound that you had in mind. So yeah, that's why I do the whole headroom thing. You don't necessarily have to, but you should, because then that gives you the freedom to choose whether you want things to be hopelessly crushed to death or whether they want to be super duper clean. So yeah, that's yeah. Headroom is a whole conversation. What's next? After Funny E. Gin. This one probably is going to need some work. If I remember rightly, Gin had a lot going on.
I think this was 90-something files.
Yeah, this was one of the more complex ones. Didn't this have like school choirs and things on it?
Potentially. I don't really know. I just get the files.
Right. That says it's missing an IR file. That's fine. That's easily replaceable. This may sound horrible. Okay. I'm gonna have to replace all the virtual cabs on these. That's alright, I'm just gonna delete them out, use wall of sound. I mean, it's not as if I'm short of virtual guitar amps and cabs at this point. I do like to use my own, but in this case, I'm gonna use one that is technically my own, but one that is a victory one. I made this.
Has this got the coals in it?
It does have the option of the Coles. That's on the... Oh yeah, because that's your Coles mic.
Yeah,
on
nice to hear it.
On the boutique.
Yeah.
So let's just get that there, and there it is. Make sure it's linked. So let's get that on everything. Make sure it's after the amp model on each one, and let's hear it. Maybe a little dark. If it's a little dark, I can always EQ for that.
The The glass tinkles, there's a sparkle in your eye. When you add the ice and lime, you start to cry.
Those using AC30s and they've already got a cab model in. I was making some weird choices on this one. I mean, there's nothing really on the guitar bus here. This one's definitely going to need the whole track spacer thing, so I'm going to have to load up one of the tracks we've already worked on. That one will do. Afternoon, Benji. Hello, everybody. Hello, Poo Ninja. Yes. Yeah, let's just load this up and steal all the things that are on the guitar bus. We've not even looked at the mix feedback notes yet. I mean, I can't imagine them being difficult to do, but, you know, they are a thing we should look at. So let's send the main vocal and the backing vocals all to track spacer so that we know it's getting out the way. Are there any more vocal groups? There is. There's a gang group. That can also go there. That'll do. A lot of these, I think the impulses that I was using were boosting everything by a significant amount. So now that's not happening. I need to...
There's a sparkle in your eye. When you add the ice and lime, you start to cry. If I loved you anymore, I swear.
I've not even put the master bus stuff on yet. Ooh, let's start with that and work backwards. See where we end up. Because this song, if I remember rightly, has lots. So, lower the volume of the chord guitar in the chorus. That's fine, there's plenty going on. We don't need that many elements. I mean, if that disappears out of the mix, that's not an issue because we've got so many things going on that'll cover for it rhythmically. Yeah, this needs a little bit. Outro vocals lower in the middle. Is it me or is the timing way out? What's happened? Is that super loud? What's happened? Pushing. That one can go to the slapback, I think, because that needs a little something to make it sound sweeter. It can be quieter and still have its little feature. No, that's there's something in there that needs fixing. It's I know we want it to sound like a pub, but yeah, that needs. I'm gonna switch these around because that needs compression. That needs a safety blanket. Metronome, that's a snap, you idiot. That's pretty good. Miles out. Another thing that I'm going to do is automate the pan on those ones to be off to the right hand side until the pub vocals come in on the right hand side, so it's not just all balanced off to the left and sounding weird. I can hear that we are love that is early. All very early. Interesting choice on Ricky's part to use children to sing about gin as well. Yes, to answer Mike's question in chat, this is Paul from Banana Ranch. Hello. It's my own. Oh, it's Ricky's kids, right? Okay, makes more sense. One, I am gonna poke up that we love the gym. That last time round, it works, but just having that volume all the time is a bit like wow. It does remind me actually of Tequila by Terrorvision. That's got some.
Yeah.
It's either women or children doing the refrain. Delete Ricky's single voice outro vocal to just leave Sue and the gang vocals. But I'm definitely going to leave in that last one. I'm going to leave that last one in. So I'll just mute the rest. They were too much, but now they are not. Twinkly guitar slightly louder in the mix. Which one of the many, many guitars is Twinkle's? Sparkly, probably. So, the issue to start with is this guitar is very gently played. There we go. This one could probably do with not being the Coles. Something a bit more. Key. Meant the guitar in the outro, but they're on the same channel.
Yeah, I think the other one worked anyway.
Yeah, so that's now a little too loud, but that's fine. I'll just take it down a bit. Yeah, this song's a little bit mad. Guys, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I think we're good to run this one through now, aren't we? We did the outro vocals lower, we did the chord guitar lower, we did the timings. We'll delete that, we did that. So yeah, let's listen through. If anything stands out, we can always hit the red button and go again. But yeah, don't need MP3. We do need to be online. Let's go! You there?
I love it in the morning when I wake to find you there. There's a pillow mark in your face and tangled hair. There's a scar upon your neck, but you don't care. You put on your face, fresh clothes and underwear. But baby, when the thought goes, you're a striking sight. I see a different side to you than in daylight. You origin and where we're going to get you through the NIGHT. But baby, when the thought goes, you're a striking sight. I see a different side to you than in daylight. You origin and where we're going to get you through the NIGHT. But the truth knows you better than I do. I love you, oh, I swear it's true. The truth knows you better than I could do. It knows you better than I do. I love you, oh, I swear it's true. The truth knows you better than I could do. The glass tinkles, there's a sparkle in your eye. When you add the ice and lime, you start to cry. If I loved you anymore, I swear I'd die. But you need a stronger man, not some wimpy guy. But baby, when the thought was you're a striking sight, I see a different side to you than in daylight. You origin and where we're going to get you through the NIGHT. But baby, when the thought was you're a striking sight, I see a different side to you than in daylight. You origin is where we're going to get you through the NIGHT. Baby,
ending's much better.
Yeah, it sounds cohesive now. Mohati, hopefully not that late. No, hello, welcome, come in, come in. We are having a little mix party. We're 4 hours in. Oh no, so you've been here 3.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say.
It flies. But yeah, like -17 on that output, and it's nowhere near even the top. You know you've got a good thick mix when you're not, worried about your levels. So what's after gin? Usually a hangover. Weather. So it says all good, but we're going to open it anyway because we need to render it out with our analogness and without the limiter on it. It's a really nice song though. It's got a very Biffy Clyro vibe about it, which is why, if I remember rightly, there's like I put a lower octave on the bass part because that's a very Biffy Clyro thing to do. It is something that they did a lot on the kind of the Revolutions album, the Captain and that kind of stuff. There's a lot of it. It's a subtle lower octave, which isn't enough to really make anybody notice apart from nerds like me, but it just gives it a certain thing that I like. So definitely get rid of FGX, get rid of True Iron as well, and let's just put all this lot on here. And there's no tape on the drums, there is on the bass, so I'm going to turn that off. And this one is just worth listening to and going, oh, that's nice. So I'm just going to check the loud bit. That was hitting the output too loud. Octave, all I did is I used Reaper's own just pitch shift it and it sounds horrible. Context. In a bit of flavour, bit of something. It's like I've got an octave pedal now and I could use that, but it would give me the same result. It's just for what I'm doing with it. There's nothing needs changing. So weather mix 2, online render, and go. I am just going to cancel this because there's a couple of things. The bass is a little overpowering. There it is. That's why. There's a low bump, which the hardware EQ's low bump is kind of multiplying. So that's a simple thing. And the snare's getting lost a little. Not a lot, just enough. Go. Those 2 small changes are enough. Especially when we get to mastering, we're not fighting it then.
Feels so hard.
Ta-da! Just let the silence run out. Yeah, I really like that song.
Mm-hmm.
It came together really well. I mean, without that organ and the choir and stuff, it's very Biffy Clyro. But it's just, yeah, works. Danny says it sounds great in the car. Good stuff. People watch this from all around the world in all sorts of weird and wonderful places. It's great. So, When I Grow Up. Okay, so haven't heard this one in a while. September 2020. So yeah, almost a year we've been producing this album, but we're almost there. Oh yeah, Spiff. Not used Spiffing for forever. Doop. Copy. Another thing you may have noticed on Weather there is I turned down the output on the True Iron, which I didn't turn down the output on Dance Over My Grave because I think I was working with different levels. Mm. And also, yeah, just that song warranted not hitting the tape thing hard. Because for a rocky big song, yeah, you can get some of that energy, but if it's a slower, gentle song, that distortion can come across as unpleasant. So it's one of those things. I've noticed that engineers do that on tape as well. If it's like a ballad, they'll run it softer. If it's like Queens of the Stone Age rock track, then the levels are pinned. Because it gives it an extra thing or doesn't. And it's the or doesn't that's the hard bit, is like, when do I use this? Oh, I turned the main vocal off. Oh, maybe I did an instrumental version.
I honestly don't think that I will care too much.
Right, so I know what he means. I will take that plate reverb and what I'll do is I will just volume automate that. Oh, that, hang on. I don't want to bring it in at like plus 1,000,000 dB. Cool, just checking the arrangement there to make sure there are no other bits where it drops down to just acoustic. Before we do the kind of grand reveal.
I think there is one little bit actually, where it, just before it all kicks in again.
Let's have a look. If we're talking like a note, that should be fine. There maybe? I've actually automated the overall reverb to be just a bit less. I think that the track might just need that actually. Which one's K? That one. That one is overdone. That's probably me going a bit nuts. Yeah, it is. Oh, yes. So that's gone from 100% to 20%. Let's see how much difference that makes on. I had a vibe I was going for, but I think on the monitoring I was on at the time, it was too much. Cut and paste verse guitar to replace 2 minutes 29. Right, here's a trick that I've learned in Reaper, because I don't know where 229 is based on this, but what I can do is I can go jump 2 plus 229. Ta-da!
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I think that's that part where it's there. Let's just see. Yeah, so it is the same part. So I think I can just borrow that. So I need to do this by eye because I don't think this song was to my grid. Which is okay. It just means I've got to feel it out. Luck would have it, I think I landed on the right place there. What was the other thing? Okay, so that was that, and that was that. And I think I will take these guitars and turn the room reverb send down significantly as well and see what we get. Let's listen to it through. And I'm going to put soothe on that vocal just because there are a couple of peaky bits there that are just... Need it much, but what we do need...
That could have been when I've got all I've seen. Oh, when I grow up.
Right.
And I've got memories.
Just too loud at the start. Don't know if it was always that way, but...
I honestly don't think that I will care too much. For all the things that could have been when I've got all I've seen. Oh, when I grow up.
Make sure that's not catching.
And I've got memories to burn. And I have lived and I have learned. And I've got memories to burn.
Tiny bit of reverb on the vocal, but not a lot.
Oh, when I grow up, I honestly don't think that I will care too much.
That tiny bit.
For all the things that could have been.
Yeah, that tiny little bit of reverb there, I think will just help sit it.
There's one vocal line towards the end.
Okay.
I just want to check, possibly check tuning.
Okay, let's have a look. Some weird timing on these guitars. timing wise don't fit with each other, so I need to just pull this round. They're just, yeah, they're not quite with each other. Yeah, because I'd copied and pasted this guitar part, yeah, they didn't quite mesh and it sounded really weird and clumsy. But that's sorted now. Right, let's listen through this one and see if this one works. Online render, mapper threat only. Save.
Don't think that I will care too much for all the things that could have been when I've got all I've seen. When I grow up, and I've got memories to burn, and I have lived and I have learned. And I've got memories to burn, and I have lived and I have learned. When I grow old, will I remember all the stories that I've told? The tattoo Beth Mead and Steve Cram, Lucas Mora, Amsterdam. When I grow old, and I've got memories to burn, and I have lived and I have learned, and I've got memories to burn, and I have lived and I have learned. When I grow up, when I grow up, yeah, when I grow up, when I grow up.
Not bad. I think I'm going to change a couple of things. Yeah, sorry about the audio pumping, but it's too late to change anything now. Because it's the only real reasonable way for us to be able to talk to you and also mix without constantly being on a volume control. One thing is the violin on track 4, that one. The timing felt wrong.
When I grow old, will I?
Just felt late. So I'm just going to pull it all forward.
When I grow old, will I remember all the?
Probably somewhere in between the two.
Will I remember all the stories?
No, it just does need pulling forward, so those are on the bar.
Will I remember all the stories that I've told?
And I am going to be sacrilegious and I'm going to use Melodyne on this main vocal. Just because, especially near the start, it's such a, what's the word? an expressive performance, but I don't want anyone to be distracted by a couple of the little bits. I mean, stop me at any point if you think that I need to not do that, but it's just a couple of little bits that hopefully this will just sort. And I don't want to dig into it and change it massively, but just that little bit. Little things like this, just a little bit sweeter. But yeah, I don't want to go in and absolutely robotize it. Just that little bit.
I honestly don't think that I will care too much for all the things that could have been. Well, I've got all I've seen. Oh, when I grow up, and I've got memories to burn, and I've lived and I have learned, and I've got memories to burn, and I have lived and I have learned. Amsterdam, when I grow old, and I've got memories to burn, and I have lived and I have learned, and I've got memories to burn, and I have lived and I have learned.
Yeah. It's one of those things where someone like my good man Glenn Fricker would say, well, just record it another 100 times. And it's like, well, they're not here and don't have that opportunity. And it was a really nice performance. And I think that would have been fine going out as it was. I just wanted to, get a little bit of that. A couple of things that could distract the ear to the wrong person and just, fix it. So yeah, I think that makes everything work for me.
When I grow up, I honestly don't think that I will care too much for all the things that could have been. When I've got all I've seen, when I grow up, and I've got memories to burn, and I've lived and I have learned, and I've got memories to burn, and I've lived and I have learned. Story
And that is the end of the mixes.
Thank you.
That was the last of the song. So we're not quite done yet. Go away. Because we've got the master to do. But what I think we should do now is end the stream, say thank you, everybody, get some dinner, and then do a second stream separately for the mastering. Because the other thing is we're probably going to use references. Yeah. And if we get copyright strikes on just one section of it, if it takes down the entire thing, because... So, yeah, what we're going to do, everybody, is we're going to go offline and say thank you for watching, everybody. And we will be back in probably an hour or so. What time is it now? 3:30. So let's say we'll be back at 4:30. I'll make a new thumbnail and a new thing so that you can expect us back in an hour or so, and we'll do the mastering side of things. So thank you, everybody. And thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And we'll see you in an hour. Goodbye. Hey everyone, that might be the end of the video, but if you fancy carrying on this conversation, we have a Discord server. Link is in the description. We're also on Patreon, which is something you can really help us with. We also are on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Hot Pole Studios. See you there.